2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We bring you tonight and with pregame.
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed, something special, David. Thanks. And they'll have some minutes to make up for it with an injury in their roster.
Short a rotation player, nothing they can't overcome, but it does shrink your margin for error just a bit.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the center. The Mavericks shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And Doris, as if it were destiny, Kleba grew up in the same hometown as Mavs legend Dirk Nowitzki.
And this is a fun and extraordinary story to tell, because in 2017, Kleba texted with Nowitzki before signing with Dallas. But though they come from the same town, they didn't know each other until they became teammates. That's extraordinary.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
Porzingis finds Doncic. Back to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Richardson against McCollum. To the paint. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. Richardson's running. Finney-Smith can't get it to go. Here's the Trailblazers with the ball. Now here's Lillard. Feeds to Covington. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
What a terrific story Robert Covington is. Gets undrafted out of college, goes to the G League and becomes an MVP, and now one of the very best defenders in the NBA. Truly an incredible journey. The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Kicks it out to Richardson. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Three-pointer, Lillard doesn't get it to drop for him. And it's Dallas the other way. Porzingis passes to Finney-Smith. Dallas moving the ball around. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Nurkic with the steal. And here's McCollum for 3. The shot will not fall. For Dallas, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. On the wing, Doncic. Nurkic with the block. And a wide open look for McCollum. Portland again missing. Inside. Here's Finney-Smith. Doncic finds Richardson. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Passes to Lillard. Feeds it to Nurkic. The shot, no good. Nice D from Porzingis. Richardson with it. Now guarded by Nurkic. Finney-Smith passes to Doncic. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. A nice shot by Simons.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Now here's Brunson. Poked loose. It's off his foot. And it's whistled a kick. And the Mavericks making a change here. Cauley Stein's checked in. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now. And in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's three guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble from three and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those three guys can all hit pull-ups and step backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the three guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having to guard the three-point line.
Redick finds Cauley Stein. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Here's Simons. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Over Cauley Stein. A second chance effort. Anthony, the pass to Simons. 5 on the clock, to the middle. Second shot opportunity. And Anthony gets it to go.
Boy, how well does he use his frame to hold off the defense? Melo with the strong finish.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Brunson the pass to Cauley Stein. Nails the baby hook.
Gotta show more muscle to keep him off that low block.
Well, it's a couple of things here, I think. Certainly the effort, the willingness to fight, and the willingness to push him off of his comfort zone.
Anthony kicks to Cantor. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. Offensive rebound over Redick. McCollum, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. It's Dallas. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
They've got Enes Kanter. Derek Jones is out there with Anthony. Then it's Damian Lillard. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Cauley Stein grabs the board. Mavericks leading by 4.
And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the second round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break.
Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. The feed now to Kanter. Lays it up off the glass. Kanter's got his first points of the night. And GA, even when he did arrive to the NBA, it took Powell a while to latch on.
You know, traded a couple times in his first year. He was assigned and recalled 10 times in about a month with Boston's D-League affiliate. Finally found a home in Dallas. Everything turned around from that point forward.
Pass to Lillard. Shoots over Redick, and the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Lillard.
And part of what makes Dame special, he can pour it in working off the ball. Rare to see a point guard who finds points without the rock in their hands.
Now here's Cauley Stein. Here's Powell. Banked in off the glass. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Kanter against Cauley Stein. Kanter, the pass to Lillard. Shoots over Brunson, and it's Lillard missing.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Left side, Redick. With the teardrop. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Kanter's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Well, you got to keep up. That time, Anthony leaving the defense in the rear view.
Outside Hardaway. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Cauley-Stein with it. Lillard picks him up. Cauley-Stein kicks to Brunson. Cauley-Stein dishes to Redick. Count it.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Trailblazers trail by 6. Lillard surveying the D. Takes the 3. It's rebounded by Brunson.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Taken away by Anthony. It's 2-on-1. Here's Lillard. Count it. Good.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Mavericks leading by 4. Powell the pass to Redick. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
I'll tell you, you can't put your head down after a tough first quarter. You've got to keep fighting, and now he's starting to roll.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Porzingis is checked in for Cauley-Stein. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dwight Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson.
And in college, Redick was an all-time leading scorer. Years later, he's still a top producer. Great shooting ability is really something you can bank on.
Now here's McCollum. He is still scoreless so far in this one. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. On the wing, Doncic. Dallas moving the ball around. Kleber, the pass to Porzingis. Kleber kicks to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
You know, at 7'3", yes, he can dunk, but with that athleticism and his sense for the dramatic and his flair, look out, folks. He can be special.
Pass to Nurkic. A 3 from McCollum. Cans it from downtown. McCollum's got his first 3 points of the game. Doncic outside. 1 second left. And so it's Dallas with a 6-point lead. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the end. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. At the end of the period, they were up by 2. And that's good.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You look at J.J. Redick, what a contribution.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the little things, the intangibles, that make a big difference.
No, for sure. And you can tell he enjoys doing those things that sometimes don't show up in the box score.
On the court for the Mavericks, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Now, here's Lillard. Inside, Doncic with the steal. Now the Mavericks moving it up. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Doncic has got his first bucket of the night. Trailblazers trail by 7. And it's McCollum in the corner. Doncic against Lillard. And Nurkic has it in the corner. Clock at 4. Portland needs to get off a shot. And the basket by McCollum.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Dallas leading by 4. And here is Doncic. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Doncic has got his second basket of the game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And it's Lillard missing.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Simons, he's checked in for Portland. Doncic outside. And the dunk by Doncic.
Well, that's about decision-making and being comfortable in the pick and roll. For Luka, he's been there and done that.
Simons surveying the D. To the paint. Here's Nurkic. Porzingis with the block. Oh, and here comes Porzingis all alone. Here's Doncic. Again, the Mavericks score. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you play?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental. And I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
And that one's good. Doncic.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's Simons. It's Covington on the wing. Now the pass to Nurkic. Here's Simons. To the inside. That's it, and the Dallas lead has got back down now to 10 as they pick up the bucket from Nurkic.
And that's almost automatic anytime he can get the ball in that position.
Outside Hardaway. Dallas moving the ball around. Richardson the pass to Powell. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Powell's got the lead up to 12 now for the Mavs. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Here's Simons, guarded by Doncic. Powered down with both hands.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
Well, sometimes it's about taking it into your own hands. That kind of individual play could spark his group.
Here's Doncic. The Blazers getting the bucket. Back to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Yeah, because Luka Doncic is such a threat to score it, it opens up the passing game, and boy, it is on display right now.
And the foul on Josh Richardson. That is his first foul of the game. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Nicolo Melli comes in for Dwight Powell. Burke, he's checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Here's Cauley-Stein, following the score by Damian Lillard. Brunson kicks to Burke. Dishes to Cauley-Stein. Basket good. Cauley-Stein's got his second bucket of the night.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Lillard from outside. Here's Cantor. Cauley-Stein grabs the board.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Burke dishes to Cauley-Stein. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Cauley-Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
Lillard from outside buries the long-range jumper. Lillard's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Trailblazers. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Mavericks lead by 11. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
He's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. On the court for the Trailblazers, Derek Jones is out there with Anthony. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Lillard in at the point guard position. Passes it to Lillard. Pass to Kanter. And Kanter throws it down.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
Here's Finney Smith, guarded by Powell. Back to Brunson, just 5 to shoot. Powell with the steal. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. Shoots. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Brunson against Lillard. Now Hardaway, pass to Kleba. Down low, Porzingis kicks to Finney Smith. Just 4 to shoot. Hardaway, no good. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Portland Trailblazers. They trail by 11. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, once he gets the ball in that close, you've already lost. Anthony will find a way to hurt you.
And Portland making a change here. McCollum's checked in. Then for the Mavericks, Josh Richardson's checked in for Hardaway. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Mavericks leading by 9. Richardson outside. The pass to Finney Smith. Now here's Doncic. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
You love that this guy doesn't get down on himself after a rough first half. Keep your composure and keep grinding.
Doncic against Lillard. From deep three-point range, the Mavericks pull it in. They've led by as many as 14 points. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Good, and the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists now in this one.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
Passes it to Kanter. Here's McCollum. It's rebounded by Dallas. Porzingis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Richardson finds Doncic. It's Richardson on the wing. He is guarded by McCollum. Doncic against Lillard. And Doncic, here we go. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Well, a great offensive player keeps defenders off balance. Luka Doncic does just that.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other.
And no stranger to tough shots. A hand in his face, not a problem. McCollum, he's in his bag.
Dallas leading by 13. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Pass to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Mavericks.
We got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Bucket after bucket. They were really in attack mode all game long.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Porzingis.
Boy, forget about his stats for a second, right? What impressed me most was his stamina. It seemed like he was involved in every play. And with that kind of activity, I don't know how you don't wear down.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
Porzingis finds Richardson.
And last year, Dallas gave Porzingis the contract he was looking for to the tune of $158 million.
And Greg, credit the Dallas organization for believing in Kristaps Porzingis' talent. And now credit Porzingis, because you have to share shot attempts and usage with Luka Doncic. What has he done? He's concentrated on better rebounding, better rim protecting. This guy is all in on winning, and what a combination these two guys can be.
And McCollum launches it from deep. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. This one was over. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
For the land of the free.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Powell. And it's Nurkic in its center. And for the Clippers, they've got Ivica Zubac. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Batum, and it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. Drills the 3-pointer. In the backcourt matchup tonight, Brent, definitely high-powered at the point guard position in particular. Much more scoring expected than in decades past.
Well, I think guys have the green light, Kevin, to fire away at the first available opportunity. The offense isn't taught the same way with orchestrators at the point guard position. Now guys are looking to be overly aggressive with their scoring prowess and to try to make plays sometimes feels secondary.
Kicks it out to Leonard. Second chance shot. No good there. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Portland moving the ball around. The shot by Lillard wide open. And the Trailblazers another 3.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
It's Jackson with the drive. And the layup's good off the glass. Jackson's got his second bucket of the night.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Now here's Powell. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Yeah, good job to take it right after that.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
Nurkic, another talented player from Europe, playing in Croatia before coming over to the NBA, and the international game continues to make an impact on how it's played here.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
3-pointer, Lillard. The 3-pointer is right on target. Lillard's got 9 points.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
George passes to Zubac. Outside for George. Back to Zubac. Dishes it to George. Jackson from long range. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
A really good decision there from Paul George. Quick to find the open man.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Trying to find Covington. Gets it to him. To the paint. And Nurkic, the bucket on the assist from Covington.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
The Clippers shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
And look back a season ago, they did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
Think about Paul George in his 2nd year in the NBA being named the most improved player. He's just gotten better from that point. And you don't have to win an award every year to prove it.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for C.J. McCollum.
Well, all of that starting right there with the steal by Paul George, illustrating his ability to anticipate that time and a great play on the ball.
And Kanter throws it down.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And Rondo's speed right there, a big help on that play. He uses it well to knife in there, get inside, pick up a foul.
Kennard, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Trailblazers leading by 5.
And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind. And it's not a secret. Cantor is a major factor on the offensive glass thanks to his size, strength, and excellent hands.
For Los Angeles, they have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Lillard. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. For Portland, they've gone 7 of 9 from the field. A really nice start offensively for them. Anthony against Morris. Anthony, the pass to McCollum. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Pass to Patterson. 35 seconds left in the first quarter.
That's not going to make you a favorite target of your teammates. They'll think twice about feeding you if you're going to keep missing layups.
And a wide open look for McCollum. And Cantor able to finish. Cantor's got 6.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
The drive by Rondo. It's good.
Right now, Rondo just cutting through there with not much effort, and the speed took over.
Morris against Anthony. McCollum outside. Puts up a 3. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for Portland. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what it takes for young.
This game, it's a physical game, obviously.
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
Coming in hot. They were sharp from the perimeter right out of the gate.
They just couldn't seem to know what it was that they needed to do and how to stick them from outside. The defense pretty lost.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. We've got Anthony. Also Enes Kanter out there. Jones is out there with McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point. Here's Simons. McCollum outside. Shot clock at 6. There's the feed to Kanter. Kicks it out to McCollum. Over Rondo. And there's McCollum. That's good on the assist from Enes Kanter. McCollum's got his second bucket of the night. Rondo scanning the floor. Rebound by Anthony.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
McCollum no good. Clippers trail by 8. Now the Clippers moving it up. Rondo with the ball. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Embracing the hit on the way up. Rondo hard to take down. Even when he gets bodied up a little bit, the balance stays there.
Now here's Jones. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Kanter. Simons the pass to Kanter. Passes to Simons. Here's McCollum. Again, McCollum missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And here's Kennard. Here's Mann over to the left wing. Stolen by McCollum. There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That's his first foul. So Portland ends up going with the new group. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Lillard with the bucket. Lillard's got 11 points. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. Whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning. And your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
High post, Nurkic. And the layup is good. Nurkic has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Jackson against Lillard. And the pass to Kennard. 1:36 left now here in the second. To the inside. Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Kawhi Leonard. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite too, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Luke Kennard. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. McCollum's checked in. Jackson kicks to Leonard. Inside. Clock at 6. Zubac the pass to George. Here's Batum. He feeds it to George. Over McCollum. They get it back.
They are just killing them on the interior.
They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
It's Covington on the wing. Back to Lillard. Stolen by Zubac. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's George. And it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, Paul George not waiting around, wanting to get out in transition, run the floor, and become a dangerous weapon on the perimeter.
Now here's Lillard. 11 points in the game. Pass to Pop. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. Over Jackson. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
And Nurkic does a great job just keeping the motor running.
Outside, George. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille. Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He had 11 points and 2 assists. What did you think about that? That's all for now.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Paul George. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. And there's Jackson, and it's Leonard in at the small forward. Lillard attacking. Good work there as it goes. Lillard's got 13.
Doing a lot of nice work now from the field. He's helped get them this lead, and now he's helped them keep it.
Jackson passes to Zubac. To the middle, George. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. George has got the game tied up here for the Clippers. Portland's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They are 4 for 9. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. And a minute played as the second half gets going. A three from McCollum. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the
times.
George looking around. 6 to shoot. The 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. They've led by as much as 10. McCollum dishes to Covington. The 3 ball. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 5.
There's the positive attitude, the strong work ethic of Cantor. Great putback.
And Batum kicks to Leonard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. George, that's a 2-pointer. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
Simons, the pass to Cantor. Stolen by Zubac. From deep, George. And it's George again missing.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Anthony's checked in for Portland. Jones comes in for Anthony Simons. Outside, Jones. Shot clock at 6. Launches a 3. Portland no good that time either. Stolen by Cantor. Knocked loose. Zubac with it. Cantor covering. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. And Jones sends it back.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him.
Here's Cantor. Powell kicks to Jones. Shoots the 3. The shot by Powell, no good. Clippers trail by 5. And George, here we go. A 3 from Morris. Portland grabs the miss. Cantor's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
Pass to McCollum. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Paul George rising up. Nice to see a little bit of that return to the younger days from PG.
And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switch to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
Anthony against Morris. Anthony, the pass to McCollum. They grab their own miss. In the corner, Powell with it. Pass to McCollum. From deep. That one doesn't drop. So the Clippers will take it the other way.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And an intentional foul right there. Lillard looking around. No good on the triple. Rondo drives in with 4 seconds on the clock. Misses at the rim. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. The Clippers on top, up by 1. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And on the floor for Portland here in the 4th, they've got Anthony. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Lillard in at the 1. Now here's Leonard. It's deflected. Nurkic with the block.
Well, Nurkic seeing an opportunity there to make the impact defensively with the block.
Nurkic with the steal. And now Portland on the break. And that's an intentional foul. So for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Patterson. And Georgia subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Here's Powell. Out to the right wing. Three-pointer, Lillard. George against Powell. Down low. Stolen by Zubac. Here's Leonard. Count that one. And the Clippers lead by 3.
Yeah, you could be as physical as you want with Kawhi Leonard. He just stays with it and is unshaken.
Three-pointer, Lillard. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
And still looking for his first triple of the second half. He had 3 at halftime.
And that one is good.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. And the basket by Lillard.
Is it possible his sweet touch is getting sweeter, guys?
George against Lillard. Nobody near Leonard. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Anthony, the pass to Lillard. Covington trying to break free. And Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist by Anthony.
Melo good at scanning the entire floor, and that's why that time he found the open teammate.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. A different look now for Portland. Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Simons, the pass to McCollum. Feeds it to Cantor. Shoots over Zubac. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
Jones against Jackson. To the inside. And the dunk by Zubac.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson. Using his poise and vision to make a play.
Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson.
Sometimes you just have an off night, guys, and that's what we've seen so far.
6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
Not an easy basket for Jackson. He doesn't shoot a really high percentage, but he does make a lot of tough hoops.
McCollum dishes to Cantor. Stolen by Jackson. A different look now for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Little. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Anthony Simons. Stolen by McCollum. And now Portland on the break. Lillard with the ball. Kicks it out to McCollum. Nurkic trying to get open. Yep, it goes. And the Clipper lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from McCollum.
Man, he was a go-to guy in crunch time in college, and McCollum now has developed that reputation here in the league.
Gets the first, and that will put them up by 2. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, not the guy that you want to put at the line in these moments. He's not missing these.
McCollum against George. Back to Lillard. Stolen by George. Jackson kicks to George. Stolen by McCollum. To the right side. That's a 2 from Lillard. And he overshot that one, missing. Los Angeles leading by 3. And it's Leonard with the jam.
And as a defender, you are left somewhat helpless to stop that. Leonard with too many moves in his arsenal and a flood of ice water in his veins.
Lillard way outside. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. The Clippers have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Strong work at that end of the floor and stolen by Lillard. And now Covington running the floor all by himself.
Big-time hoop from Covington. He's had to earn everything he's gotten in his NBA career.
Absolutely critical chance right here.
They need this one to go their way.
McCollum against George. 3-pointer. And no good that time. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Count it! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
16 seconds left in the fourth. And there's the call on Jones. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
It was a quiet intensity that Kawhi Leonard brings to both ends of the floor, a defensive menace, and it's amazing to watch him just how disruptive he can be when he's guarding the 1, 2, 3, or even 4-man and messing up offensive scheme.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're behind by 3. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Don't force something up. You got to be smart here.
Cullen passes to Pop. To tie it up. Count it! And oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
And McCollum's pace hasn't changed even under pressure.
And Tyronn Lue wants a timeout. Goes up off the inbound. Money!
Well, your best players want to take on the burden come clutch time, and Paul George carrying the weight right now.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're down by 2. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. That's a 2 from Lillard. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. The Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge and the state flag of Texas looking majestic tonight. We're coming to you live from Dallas, Texas. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. And they've got a few injuries on their bench. Less options, but you'd think not too big of an impact for them.
2 players injured. One of their stars out, something they'll have to dig deep to overcome.
And the Clippers starting 5. They've got Ivica Zubac. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then there's Batum, and it's Leonard in at the small forward. And for the Mavericks, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Kleba, the pass to Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Well, you can't let Doncic have these types of opportunities, guys. When you aren't close to him, this is what happens.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. Not there.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Dallas moving it around. Doncic against Jackson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Doncic, because he's so skilled and so savvy, he does a nice job forcing the defense into tough spots when they're guarding him.
And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And, boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
Man, I like how close Porzingis gets to the rim. I mean, he knows when he's this deep, the defense really has no chance to keep him from dunking it.
Now here's Jackson. Passes it to Zubac. Ball stolen. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. A shot by Kleber, wide open. His 3-pointers off the mark.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
And the basket is good. Mavericks leading by 3. Out to the right wing. Now, Kleber, the 11-footer. Here's Porzingis. There's the pass to Kleber. Batum with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. Rondo finds Leonard. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Hey, you can't forget about this now. Rondo's averaged double-digit assists multiple seasons. As good a passer as any in this league.
Here's Finney-Smith. Back to Doncic. A minute 42 left to play here in the first. And it's Rondo with the ball for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 1. Leonard, the pass to Batum. Crafty move. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
Left side, Porzingis. Good, and the assist goes to Doncic.
Boy, like seeing these passes. Doncic has a keen sense for when one of his guys is open, and he gets it to him on time, on target.
And Leonard has it in the corner. Here's Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher.
Well, and that's exactly how the game is played in the paint inside, guys. I mean, if you can play over the top, I think you've got a big advantage.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Richardson against Rondo. Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
And, guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And, guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
It puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Just to Porzingis, and he banks in the layup. Porzingis has got 6.
Boy, you look at Porzingis and his size, 7'3", he consistently torches defenders around the rim.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Mavericks ahead, leading by 5. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Dallas?
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in the first half.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for the Mavericks, J.J. Redick is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Dwight Powell. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Cauley Stein in at the center, locking down the middle. Hardaway kicks to Brunson. Pass to Powell. Feeds to Cauley Stein. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like that.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But two other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. You know, two guys, when you look at those two, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become. And it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Hardaway with the bounce pass. Cauley Stein finds Hardaway. Back to Cauley Stein. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Well, you know, guys, we know Hardaway can score, but when he makes these passes, it makes him a lot more dangerous.
Here's man. Brunson covering. Wide open look. Cauley Stein grabs the board.
No excuses, none. I mean, with the defense non-existent, I mean, he has to connect from there.
Powell kicks to Brunson. Back to Powell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Brunson the pass to Powell. The shot missing. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Here's George. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. George has got 5 points so far.
And George is very capable at knocking down difficult shots. I mean, because of his size and stroke and ball handling and his added strength, he's able to shoot over good defense and knock them down.
Here's Cauley Stein, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
Cauley Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
Outside, George. The Mavericks pull it in.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Cauley Stein kicks to Brunson. Back to Cauley Stein. Passes it to Powell. Clippers trail by 5. Morris, left side. The pass to Kennard. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That is his first foul of the game. And the Mavericks with some changes. Porzingis is checked in for Cauley Stein. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. From 7. And no problem from Powell as he finishes at the rim. And the Mavericks lead by 5.
Yeah, Powell showing you right there that he can play through contact. Very physical and good concentration, too, to get that up and down.
Rondo gets the bucket.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. Back to Porzingis. Lets it go. Gets himself open and drills it. Porzingis has got 8 points.
You know what makes Porzingis a nightmare matchup, guys, is his size, skill, and agility.
Here's Rondo. Porzingis with the block. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis. 17 seconds left to play here in the half. Leonard. No good that time. Nice D from Porzingis. Kleber, the pass to Doncic. With 1 on the clock, and the last second attempt does not go in. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Mavericks.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5. And that should...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. It's been quite a game for Porzingis.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the point guard position. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And when you leave a man open, Batum finds him. Great feel for the game.
Pass to Kleber. And Kleber slams it in.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
To the left wing. Kleber against Batum. Out to Porzingis. Doncic outside. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
And that sixth sense, guys, might be better than just about anybody else's.
Outside, Batum. 5 to shoot. And the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Jackson.
So far, so good to begin this half. They're 3 for 3. Perfect.
In the corner, it's Kleber. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Pass to Finney-Smith. Leonard with the steal. To the paint. Here's Jackson. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
They are on fire right now. That's 4 straight makes.
Out left to the wing. Kleber finds Doncic. From the arc. The Clippers grab the miss.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling. Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Richardson outside. Back to Doncic. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
That's a solid blueprint. Doncic against Kennard. Shoots. Another shot, and Doncic lays it in. Doncic has got 5 points now this quarter.
Tell you what, guys, I don't think you ever have to question Doncic's effort level. He attacks the glass and the game all the same.
And they double up Rondo. And Patterson kicks to Kennard. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Brunson finds Doncic. .55 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Powell. Doncic outside. And Doncic throws it down.
Doncic doing a nice job showing you some sneaky explosion and athleticism on that throwdown.
Passes to Mann. 32 seconds left in the third quarter. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Powell, the pass to CLA Stein. Now here's Hardaway. He's tightly guarded. CLA Stein's shot is good.
Nice work inside by CLA Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
There's 10 seconds left in the third. Outside Rondo. He gets it up.
And that stifling defense of CLA Stein is what got him drafted 6th back.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. The Mavericks on top. They're up by 2. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. J.J. Redick is out there with Jalen Brunson. And it's Hardaway in at the small forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
He gets it in there.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Kleber up top. And Kleber slams it in.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Kleber against Morris. Shot clock at 5. Here's Leonard. And contact. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if...
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And George is very good in how he leaks out in transition, times it perfectly, and really creates high percentage shots for himself as a result.
And the dunk by Porzingis. Neither team here in the fourth generating a lot of separation.
Yeah, it's been a close one. 5 times the lead has switched hands thus far.
On the wing, George, covered by Redick. George against Redick, and George with this stuff.
Hey, when you got a player like George, in these moments, you turn to him. He knows how to deliver in the clutch.
Here's Finney Smith. He's covered by Leonard. The pass to Porzingis, stolen by Zubac. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. The putback, it's good on the putback. Batum's got the lead up to 3 now for the Clippers. And a breakdown here, guys, the hustle stats for the Clippers.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort to the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
Big shot, Nick. He lives for these moments.
Redick against Jackson. And Redick, here we go. Porzingis, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Great execution by Porzingis, showing you he can get it done in the clutch.
Leonard, the pass to Jackson. Outside for George. Batum against Kleber. And the dunk by Zubac.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense has taken a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
And he gets it to go. Richardson's got his first points in this one.
Fortitude and want to. That's what Richardson is showing you there with that big bucket when they need it.
Pass to Batum. Inside. Outside for Jackson. Richardson against George. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Boy, in a game this snug, you can ill afford to commit those kinds of turnovers.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
Luka Doncic. He's checked in for J.J. Redick. Jackson dishes to Leonard. It counts.
And guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moments.
Good! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
No fear or hesitation in the eyes of Doncic. He loves the chance to take and make these big ones.
And here is Los Angeles now. Jackson looking around. "12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. From deep three-point range, the shot comes out. Dallas calls timeout. They trail by 3. 1 second left to play here in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
And only one choice here. They need a 3. I'm sure he's going to sub in all of his best shooters. Under 2 seconds remaining. It has to be a catch-and-shoot 3 if they hope to tie it.
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Reggie Jackson.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant...
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge.
Presentation of the NBA.
It's all happening in. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports. DH.
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low. And for Dallas, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson, and it's Finney Smith in at the 3 slot. And the dunk by Doncic.
And when you want Doncic, he's one of those guys who kind of just slithers around until he finds an opening, and then bam.
Now here's McCollum. Lillard on top. Here's the 3. The Mavericks pull it in. Doncic with it. Some of the best in the game go at it here tonight, Chris. What an incredible guard matchup we have here in this one.
Oh, Kevin, there are some all-time greats playing at the guard spots these days. It will be a fun matchup to watch.
Now, here's Kleber. Pass to Porzingis. Nurkic with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Lillard with the bucket.
You better play up on Lillard at all times, especially when the pass is coming his way. You got to know he's ready to shoot once he catches it.
Out to the right wing. Here's Kleber, and Covington sends it back. Here's Finney Smith, guarded by Powell. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
And a little contact won't go a long way against Porzingis. What a display of physicality.
To the paint. Nurkic kicks to McCollum. Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Richardson finds Kleber. That one doesn't go. For Portland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far.
And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Did you see that?
Really unacceptable letting Porzingis get that kind of positioning. Once he's established, it's over.
Lillard with no one around. Drains it from beyond the arc. Lillard's got 5 points so far.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Up top, Doncic. Covered by Lillard. Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Pass to Lillard. In the corner, Powell with it. Doncic against Lillard. 6 on the shot clock. And he finishes nicely on the layup. 7 points in the game.
3 for 4 to start. I mean, he's going to try to keep this streak going as long as he can.
Here's Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
Lillard against Doncic. But they get it back. Powell, the pass to Covington. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. It's Powell on the wing. Lillard outside. Fires from deep. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound. Mavericks leading by 3. Richardson gets a wide open look.
Come on.
Goes back up. Out to Doncic. Unloads from 9. Uses the glass that time, and it's good.
And with good length and athleticism, Doncic not only gets to the rim, but boy, can he finish.
It's McCollum with the drive. Powell, the pass to Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
And a hard finish there, guys.
Yeah, and only one hand needed for that one. Passes it to Finney-Smith. Back to Doncic. To the left side wing. That one goes in for him, too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Portland. Trailing by 5. And Lillard gets double-teamed. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Doncic. The shot from the low post is good. Doncic has got 10 points.
How about 5 straight made from the field to start?
Doncic against Lillard. And a wide open look for McCollum. And the 3 ball is good.
He creates so much offense. I mean, Lillard puts intense pressure on the defense to react.
Porzingis kicks to Doncic. 1 second left, and that's 2 points on the layup. He's got 12.
Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
The offense coming free and easy. Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He credits his up.
I think it comes from being a...
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, how many coaches say we want to start fast? Now let's see if they can maintain that intensity.
Powell is out there with Cauley Stein. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Hardaway in at the 3 spot. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. In the corner, it's Little. The 3 from McCollum knocks down the 3 ball. McCollum's got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
Outside, Redick. Back to Brunson. To the middle. Here's Cauley Stein. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played the sides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, Wilson. Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy, he would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Jones is checked in. And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
Dallas leading by 7. Outside Hardaway. Powell inside. Covered by Anthony. Doubled by McCollum. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Trailblazers trail by 7. Lillard outside. Covered by Redick. Back to Lillard. And it's in there.
Entering the NBA, I knew he needed to develop his mid-range game, but he did it, and it's opened things up for him.
Brunson kicks to Redick. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Cauley Stein's shot is good.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Three-pointer, Lillard gets it to go from beyond the arc. Lillard's got 12 points in the game.
You got to get out on Lillard. I mean, his long-distance shot, you know it's cash.
Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Lillard with the ball. And stolen by Cauley Stein. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. He lobs it up, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
I give credit to the arms of Cauley Stein. They go on forever, which makes him the ultimate alley-oop finisher.
To the inside. Cantor's shot is off.
Man, you don't see this fella blow many layups. Not against D like that, anyway.
Redick finds Hardaway. Outside, Redick. Down low, Cauley Stein passes to Powell. Fade away. That one a little long. Trailblazers trail by 6. Here's Lillard. Kept alive.
I love his work ethic, not to mention his hands. You need both to convert those tip-ins.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Inside, here's Powell. Out to Hardaway. Now the pass to Cauley Stein. Outside, Redick. 4 on the shot clock. Tries again. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Porzingis is checked in for Cauley Stein. Josh Richardson comes in for J.J. Redick. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And Fernie Simons comes in for Damian Lillard. Pass to Cantor. McCollum outside. Back to Cantor. From 8 feet away, he drops it in.
Well, few in this league score like Cantor. I mean, in limited minutes, we've seen him have some huge nights.
There's 25 seconds left in the first half. The drive by Doncic.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Mavericks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night, and the first one drops.
Yeah, the versatility and competitive fire of Doncic is impressive. You can just tell this kid loves to play the game.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony, and it's Powell in for Jones. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That is his first foul of the game. It's McCollum with the drive over Richardson.
A strong defender. Richardson's length, speed, and quick instincts annoy shooters on the way up.
So that'll be it for the first half. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. Luka Doncic has been the story in this. He had 14 points and one assist. And that'll...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3. Trailblazers trail by 4. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. The first free throw is good. Greg is a broadcaster. Who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who was my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Pass to Kleba. Top of the key, Porzingis. Back to Kleba. Shot clock at 6. He kicks it to Doncic. Dallas again missing.
But this is not the start they wanted coming out of the break. 0 for 3 so far, and they're not playing with much intensity.
Portland's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Richardson cover. Pass to Powell for the lead.
It's still early, but a 1 for 4 start to the half, that's a bad sign if you ask me. If they've got a can't-miss play, now's the time to break the glass and pull it out.
Porzingis inside. And on Nurkic. To the wing on the left. Here's Finney-Smith. The Mavericks keeping it alive. The new 14. And there's the pass to Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
This is why they go to him. When the game is tight, he ups his intensity level.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Pass to Kleba. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take a different look for Dallas. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Maxi Kleba. Redick comes in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And Fernie Simons comes in for Lillard. Pass to Covington. Passes it to Simons. Feeds it to Nurkic. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot, and it's good, 2 points. And that's now 6 points for Nurkic.
Well, I love Nurkic's shot selection. I mean, outstanding at getting to his spots and converting. But, you know, Anthony's getting more floor time last season. He worked his way into the Blazers' rotation. He's still young, though. It seems like he can carve a roll out on his team. I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
McCollum dishes to Nurkic. Back to McCollum. Now the pass to Simons. McCollum outside. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. McCollum's got the lead up to 2 now for the Trailblazers.
And Simon's a bit undersized at that 2-guard position, only 6'3", but a natural 2 with playmaking ability.
Ultimately, this team wants him to be a scoring threat off the bench. I mean, have him come in firing from outside. He's got a lot of work to get to that point.
Simons surveying the D. Back to Powell. Simons, the pass to Nurkic. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Dwight Powell's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Hardaway is subbed in for Luka Doncic. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And Jones subbed in for Norman Powell. McCollum right side. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Porzingis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Hardaway finds Powell. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Pass to McCollum. From deep. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. McCollum's got 11.
I mean, logs his first 3 of the second half. After nailing 2 in the first, they don't want to let this fella get going.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Porzingis against Kanter. They get it back. Second chance shot. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
At 7'3", Porzingis is almost impossible to guard, especially when he's focusing on trying to score.
And both free throws good for Porzingis.
Oh, he's such a good free throw shooter. I mean, it frees him up to be as aggressive as he wants in the post.
Lillard from outside, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And we just finished the 3rd quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. The Mavericks on top, up by. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Josh Richardson out there with Hardaway. Then there's Maxi Kleber. Then there's Dwight Powell. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
One of the few guys in the league who make a lead pass like that. Oh, just a fantastic look.
Kicks it out to Jones. Back to Anthony.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Outside Hardaway. Lillard against Richardson. To the paint. Here's Powell. Kicks it out to Richardson. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Enes Kanter.
Well, that's just what Richardson can do. Solid scoring from all 3 levels, very consistent in his approach.
Doncic is checked in for Dallas. Portland also making some changes. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Pass to Simons. Back to McCollum. There's the 3. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
Knocks down his 2nd 3 of the half. I mean, he had 2 of them in the first half also. Doing some solid work from deep.
The drive by Doncic.
In Europe.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double-checking, and the game continues on.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. He knows this has been a hard-fought game, and he wanted his guys to just sit down and catch their breath. He said, look, we're right in the game, guys. Let's make a little push here. Let's come out with some bite. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Richardson the pass to Porzingis. Anthony with the block. Outside, Jones. Portland moving the ball around. Cantor with it, and it's Richardson picking him up. McCollum dishes to Cantor. Kicks it out to McCollum. Anthony, the pass to Cantor. To the inside. Here's Jones. Again, the Trailblazers good for two.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Yeah, it seems like whenever one team scores, the other comes right back with a bucket of its own.
Here's Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
Pass to McCollum. Over Richardson. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Love the poise of McCollum. He looks comfortable shooting in crucial moments of the game.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Near the three-point line, it's Doncic. And that's a foul called on Porzingis. That's foul number 2 for him. Trailblazers leading by 3. And the pass to Little. Outside Covington. He dishes it to Nurkic. Doesn't go for him. Nice D from Porzingis. Here's Kleba. So it's Richardson with the jam.
Wow, sensing the importance. Remember, Richardson was a second-round pick. He had to fight for his spot.
Back to Lillard. Now here's Little. Richardson cover. Now here's Little. Lillard attacking.
Nice interior defense. Can't give him any space inside or he'll burn him.
The putback. Yes!
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. It's good.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they can count on him to make crucial shots.
There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Doncic. They get it again. Pass to Kleba. Here's Richardson. Back to Kleba. And here is Doncic. Count it!
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and that's his personality. He comes up with the goods on that one.
Lillard, the pass to Powell. Out of bounds. Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
They're just trying to prevent the opposition from getting comfortable. Next time, that one might get picked.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Hardaway. And a switch here also for Portland. McCollum's checked in. And Anytime they foul intentionally, they're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And Doncic throws it down.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're trailing by 3. 5 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Luka Doncic.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The bustling city of Portland. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. And there's Jackson. Then it's Paul George. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. And it's Powell in at the small forward position. Nobody near Lillard. No good on the three. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. And here's Leonard from three. And it's Portland with the rebound. To the middle, and here's the break. Finished off the break.
I'll tell you, I'd love to see someone take the contact head on. And Norman Powell welcoming the challenge.
George against McCollum. And George, here we go. Zubac now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Now, here's Lillard, and the shot goes down.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
And there's the feed to Nurkic. Kicks it out to McCollum. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
You know, outstanding start. You've made 3 of your first 4.
Down low, Powell with the steal. And now Lillard running the floor all by himself. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Kicks it out to Covington. Fires the 3. The Trailblazers rebound. For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And the basket by Jackson.
Well, Kawhi Leonard's passing skills have developed over the years, and if you give him that much attention, he'll find his teammates.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Now here's Powell. McCollum dishes to Powell. Pass to Lillard. Just 5 on the clock. Kicks it out to McCollum. Passes it to Covington. Now Nurkic. Lillard, the pass to Powell. Back to Lillard. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Offensive rebound. It's Powell on the wing. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Cantor, he's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Now, here's Kennard. Outside for Rondo. Launches it. Los Angeles with another miss.
Well, they are daring him to miss, and he obliges.
Jones, the pass to McCollum. The 15-footer. The shot's good. McCollum's got 5 now. Well, the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important, and then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well, to when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good point. Patterson can't get it to go. Portland leading by 5. Jones dishes to Cantor. Jones, the pass to Simons. Jones kicks to Anthony. Portland keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. Here's Cantor. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. To the wing right side for 3 with the putback. And Cantor able to finish.
I love that Cantor will pursue rebounds out of his area. This guy's such a powerful player who's willing to exert his will.
Now here's Rondo. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
McCollum from deep three-point land. And that does it for the first quarter. Trailblazers out in front.
How many favors do I got for the love of the culture?
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
They set a physical tone in the first, and that really showed on the backboard.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
Anthony out there with Jones. Then there's C.J. McCollum. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in at the 1. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. Now here's Anthony. Over Morris. They get the rebound. Kanter. Pass to Anthony. It's Jones on the wing. Anthony dishes to Kanter. Anthony, the pass to Kanter. Misses the layup. Clippers trail by 5. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Kennard kicks to Rondo. Up again. The pass to Morris. Here's Oturu. Defended by Jones. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Portland leading by 5. Lillard surveying the D. From beyond the arc and then some. Lillard's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Trailblazers. Anthony against Morris. Here's Oturu. Lays it up off the glass.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
second quarter. We're a little over a minute and a half in. Jones from outside. It's stolen by Rondo. Finished off the break. Rondo's got his second basket.
And how about the focus there from Rondo? Doesn't let the D get to him, able to complete that play through contact.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Oturu with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And Coffee gets it to go.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Lillard outside. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris.
Just didn't get his hands up in time on that one. They weren't on the same page there.
Norman Powell's checked in for the Trailblazers. Anthony on the wing. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Kicks it to Lillard. Connects from three-point range. Lillard's got 8 points.
And this is peak Dame. Rising, firing, one of the more confident shooters we have in our game.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Outside for Jackson. No one near him. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Lillard from outside. He can't get that one to fall. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. The drive by Jackson. That one's not going to go. Good work defensively by Lillard. Here's the break. From outside the arc. And it's Lillard again missing.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track. Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Lillard outside. From deep. Stolen by Jackson. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Anthony against Batum. Here's Lillard. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Lillard's got 8 points in the quarter.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Jackson down low, covered by Lillard. Here's Zubac, outside for Jackson. The Clippers keep it alive. Goes back up. Leonard, no luck.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
And that one's good, Lillard.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Pass to George. To the paint. Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
Lillard way outside. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Lillard's got 15 points. There's Jackson with the three. Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
A three from McCollum. That shot off. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trailblazers. He put together quite a quarter. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He ended up with 15 points and 2 assists. And that's a wrap.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Jackson. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubac in at the 5, home in the paint. Lillard outside. In for his 7th make in 14 tries.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Here's George. Nurkic with the block. And they'll keep possession. Zubac kicks to George. Off target from three-point range.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum.
Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. There's the triple. Drills it from outside. George has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Jackson against Lillard. Feeds it to Nurkic. Kicks it out to Lillard. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Lillard's got 5 points now this quarter.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
That's a smart play Jackson will keep going back to. He knows he'll make it to the rim, get fouled, or maybe both.
And Portland making a change here. Simons is checked in. The Clippers also changing it up. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Paul George. Powell for 3. Rebound by the Clippers. For the tie. And the layup good by Leonard. It's all knotted up.
Now, this is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
And McCollum puts up a deep 3, and it's off from three-point range. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. The putback, great positioning on the putback. Jackson's got the lead up to 2 now for the Clippers.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Here's Nurkic, and he converts the layup. Nurkic has got it all tied up now for Portland.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
Outside Leonard. He kicks to Patterson. Good on the shot. Patterson's got his second bucket.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved. When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
A second chance effort. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Reach and athleticism combined, they make Nurkic a very effective rebounder.
Jones checked in for Powell. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Mann's checked in. And, Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
It's McCollum with the drive. Nurkic, it's good on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
Here's Rondo over Jones. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Clippers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
Los Angeles making a switch here. George is checked in.
You can tell that miss at the line might stick with him for a while. Always hurts to miss a chance to take the lead.
Portland, they have shot just one free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game.
And as a team, excellent a season ago. About 80% when they got to the line.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Batum's checked in.
This is about the last guy you want to send to the stripe right now. They keep fouling him, and he keeps making them.
They get it back. Fires the three. The shot, no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And there's Lillard. That's good on the assist by Nurkic.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
The shot by George, wide open. And the three off target.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Nailed from three-point land.
And if you look at the stats for unassisted jump shot percentage, Lillard is always around the top. He can drain those pull-up jumpers as well as anybody in our league.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trail Blazers. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We've got more in store for you right after this. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the reviews. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard.
Boy, this guy just can't buy a bucket, and yet they have the advantage.
Batum trying to break loose. Yes, that goes in.
This guy is such an excellent finisher at the rim. He's got incredibly long arms and very strong hands.
McCollum up top, defended by George.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
It's a hand on it, and George able to finish. And the Clippers lead by 1.
There's a level of physicality that Paul George is willing to play with. This guy can track down second chance opportunities with the best of them.
It's McCollum with the drive. 2 points, that one goes. Game winding down, and they just keep changing leads.
And guys, no separation yet, and I really don't think we're going to see any all the way down.
Takes it out to Leonard. Clippers moving the ball around. From deep, George. Wow, drew the contact, and that three almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. Free throw good, Paul George.
Oh, you love the energy out there. Paul George is an extremely confident, extremely versatile player, and he brings a great level of activity to both ends.
And he makes all 3. For Portland, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. McCollum dishes to Cantor. 5 on the clock. And Cantor throws it down.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Jackson passes to Zubac. And he comes up with the deuce. George has got the lead up to 2 now for Los Angeles.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Here's McCollum. And the shot goes in. McCollum's got 4 points in the quarter.
How about the fearlessness of McCollum? Doesn't shy away from taking or making the big shots.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Rajon Rondo's checked in for Jackson. Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Lillard against Rondo. Now here's Lillard. He's guarded closely. Good. Lillard's got the game tied up here for the Trailblazers. Outside, George. And there's a minute 45 left to play in the final quarter. They grabbed their own miss.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
Lillard from outside. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac has got 6 rebounds in the game.
Wow. How about Paul George commanding the basketball when his team needs a basket? Go to work, sir.
And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. A 2-point game. A putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And the swag Nurkic plays with, it's infectious. He doesn't back down from taking a big shot.
And here's George for 3. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
And it's Lillard missing.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
McCollum's checked in for Portland. Rondo finds Leonard. 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Got it!
Absolutely no fear. Kawhi Leonard welcomes these moments. He relishes these moments.
Lillard outside. From outside, off the mark.
Just a cold shooting night. Needs to try to make it into the basket.
Rondo looking over the floor. Passes it to Batum. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. And Portland has possession. It's Powell on the wing. Back to Lillard. Pass to Powell. Leonard with the steal. And so Los Angeles takes the win. Thank you, David. Great interview. And just about to get underway as the starting fives have been announced. Sit tight. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA Live. Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. And for the Clippers, they've got Jackson. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the 2 spot. Now here's Jackson. Doncic with the steal. Finney Smith kicks to Doncic. Here's Porzingis. Pass to Kleber. Dallas moving it around. Finney Smith can't get it to go. Here's Los Angeles now. George finds Jackson. Kicks it out to Leonard from downtown. Mavericks with the rebound.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But, you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Doncic with it. Jackson on him. And the rejection by Zubac. Yep, that one goes. And here's George. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Kicks it out to Leonard. Outside Jackson. To the inside. Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Doncic outside. Pass to Porzingis. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
George, no good. The Mavericks have gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. Took him no time at all on that one. Porzingis has got 6.
Now how pretty is that shot from Porzingis? A nice release point and so soft coming off the fingertips.
Here's George following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
Now, here's Doncic. Here's Finney Smith. Right side, Porzingis. Clock at 6. There's the pass to Kleber. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
Runs in the pass to Pop. Can't get it to fall.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Porzingis with the block.
Great anticipation there. Porzingis in the right spot and throws that one away.
Moving it up. And the dunk by Powell.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Now here's Rondo, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Leonard. J.J. Redick's checked in for Dallas. The Mavericks leading. Drops in the layup for 2.
Really good decision as Redick is playing at full speed, but slows down, makes the right choice.
Rondo passes to Patterson. Outside for Rondo. Porzingis with the block. Thompson with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Hardaway trying to free himself up. Score the basket. His fourth. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Rondo passes to Patterson. The feed to Morris. Ball's knocked loose. Back to Patterson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
And he set that dunk up brilliantly with the kickback pass.
Sweet look on the run. These guys can be so dominant when they work together.
Redick dishes to Hardaway. Back to Redick. It's stolen by Morris. Inside. Here's Patterson. And he banks in the layup. Patterson's got 6 points. A big-time effort for Porzingis, providing a lot of energy for Dallas. He made his mark in a big way on the boards in that quarter. Back right after this. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Dallas, Powell is out there with Hardaway. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Cauley Stein in at the center. Now here's Cauley Stein, following the shot by Patrick Patterson. And that one, good.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And it's Rondo with the ball for the Los Angeles Clippers. 6-point game. With the floater, Powell pulls it in. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Outside Hardaway. Six to shoot. Powell in the high post. Banked in off the glass. Powell's got the lead up to 8 now for Dallas.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Here's Rondo. Passes to Kennard. And the layup's good off the glass.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Outside Hardaway. He dishes it to Powell. Can't hit that one. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Here's man, covered by Redick. That's it, and the Dallas lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from man.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Powell. Second shot opportunity. They get it back. Cauley Stein's shot is good. Cauley Stein's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, the reach a factor there for Cauley Stein. I'd love to see him hit the boards a little bit more often.
Patterson passes to man. Back to Patterson. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Hardaway against Kennard. Left side, Redick. That shot off the mark. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Morris into the lane. Outside for Rondo. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. It's good from long range. And it's now only a 1-point Dallas lead. Redick passes to Brunson. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Hardaway against Kennard. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Richardson, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Here's Leonard. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and a championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
This is his first free throw of the game.
76% from the line a season ago.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Yeah, the versatility and competitive fire of Doncic is impressive. You can just tell this kid loves to play the game.
Now here's Jackson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center. A big fella with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
And that one's good. Doncic.
And with good length and athleticism, Doncic not only gets to the rim, but boy, can he finish.
Here's George. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Richardson against George. And the shot is good. And the Mavericks lead by 1.
And one part about Josh Richardson's game is the speed factor. Turns on the jets when he's taking it to the rack.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, Kent, a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Some good moments from both teams. And that'll do it.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close to the game it's been so far. You look at Patrick Patterson, he's really playing well.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Oh, man, pouring it on right now, and why wouldn't you?
Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue.
What great body control there. George, tremendous athlete, takes the hit, and he makes that one count.
Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent. 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right. And that one's good, George.
Well, defender just a little too late in reacting. Gets a piece of Paul George, but a piece, that's not enough.
Here's Doncic. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
And the foul on Josh Richardson. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Batum.
That's just poor communication between those two. The passer has to make sure his teammate is established, and the teammate has to know the pass is coming. See, that's communication.
Now, here's Doncic. Pass to Porzingis. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Now Richardson. Porzingis inside. He's covered by Leonard. The drive by Doncic. Richardson. Here's Porzingis. And it's going to be a goaltending call here. And yep, the coach's challenge being used here on the goaltending call. He wants it reviewed.
And with this type of goaltending review process, one thing to keep in mind is that the rule states, quote, in order to overturn the event as called on the floor, there must be clear and conclusive visual evidence that the call was incorrect.
And so, Greg, if via there is any level of ambiguity, it makes sense that the original ruling would stay. But in that event, the coach has used up his one and only coach's challenge for the game. So, as you can tell, a lot riding on when you choose to use it. And so the decision is in. NBA Replay Center has ruled, guys. The call stands on the goaltend.
And maybe the only downside is that you use up your one coach's challenge for the game. So if anything happens beyond this point, you might wish you had that back. Smart not to take any chances and give it another look on the replay. That's such a valuable safety net for the officials to have.
And not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
And really, Doncic can score from any area. His arsenal is very impressive.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. George finds Rondo. And the layup falls. Rondo's got his first basket.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. Back to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Always nice to see Porzingis take some strides and get to that kind of glide.
Rondo looking around. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Luka Doncic.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Yeah, when Rondo gets motivated, and we've seen that now for a good stretch, he's as valuable as it gets.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac, and Marcus Morris subbed in for Leonard. Dallas also making some changes. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Powell comes in for Maxi Kleber. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. But they'll get another chance. Brunson with a clean look. Hits it from three-point range. Brunson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising. It's such a tight game.
And here's Morris for 3. Nailed from three-point land. And the Clippers lead by 1.
A really good decision there from Paul George. Quick to find the open man.
Cauley Stein kicks to Brunson. Dallas moving the ball around. Powell the pass to Hardaway. Another shot. Back to Powell. Brunson with it. And Batum picks him up defensively. 6 on the shot clock. Cauley Stein's shot is good.
And look at it. A significant portion of their offense coming on those second chance opportunities.
51 seconds left to play in the third. Rondo against Brunson. Outside Rondo. There's the dish to Patterson.
He may not be the strongest inside presence in the league, but still, he's got to convert from there.
And Redick kicks to Brunson. Here's Powell, and he uses the glass on the layup. Now it's a 3-point Dallas lead.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Here's Batum. It's rebounded by Dallas. Cauley Stein's got his 5th rebound in this one. Runs in the pass to Cauley Stein.
Nice to see Patterson make a difference on the defensive end of the floor, staying with his man.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Mavericks ahead, up by 3. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And the Clippers call time here. It's been quite a game for Porzingis.
Well, I hope this one is not to draw up a play, but to think about how they're going to defend that man. He's putting up some major numbers.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He said he just wants them to play faster. He feels like they've been too lackadaisical with the ball and that their aggressiveness just isn't there right now. Kevin, back to you.
On the floor right now for the Mavericks, they've got Richardson. He's out there with Jalen Brunson. Porzingis is out there with Hardaway. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 4. Porzingis can't hit. Clippers trail by 3. Here's Kennard. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
A great example out here of just a no-quit team continuing to compete until the final buzzer.
Now here's Richardson. Brunson the pass to Porzingis. Back to Brunson. Porzingis with the ball. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, the closer Porzingis gets to the basket, the more aggressive he becomes, and for good reason. He's going to get fouled.
Luka Doncic, he's checked in for Jalen Brunson.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Doncic against Rondo.
Timeout.
Los Angeles calls timeout. For the Clippers. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Jackson has the open look. No good with the triple.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Porzingis kicks to Doncic. Lays it up and banks it in.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
George looking around. Batum passes to Zubac. Outside for Batum. The 3. Offensive rebound. It's George on the wing. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Mavericks leading by 5. Doncic with it. Pass to Porzingis. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That one on George.
A little shiftiness there in Porzingis' game as he welcomed the contact and then converted on top of it.
The Clippers have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. George up top. Richardson cover. Porzingis with the block. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Jackson, that's good. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Up top, Doncic. And that one drops for him.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
Jackson against Doncic. George, that's a 2-pointer. And too long on the shot.
And they have built their advantage on the scoreboard here by doing all the little things.
Doncic passes to Kleber. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Kleber's got the lead up to 10 now for the Mavs. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
George passes to Zubac. And stolen by Richardson. Some nice passing here by Dallas. The three for Doncic. It's hauled in by Zubac. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Down low. And the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Jackson.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Now here's Kleber. .131 left to play here in the fourth. Clock at 6. And Doncic, here we go. That one drops for him. Doncic has got the lead back up to 10 now for Dallas.
And the body control on display there. Doncic looking determined to finish no matter the contact.
From deep, George tips it. It's good on the putback.
Smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? Here's Doncic following the basket by Nicholas Batum. The pass to Porzingis. Now here's Kleber. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Sinks the triple. And the Mavericks lead by 11.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Dallas with the ball. They're on a 16-6 run. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And it's Doncic missing.
And I think they realize any hope of a comeback is gone.
Well, realistic at this stage of the game, they're going to lose this one, but will they take something from the loss?
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
Back to Doncic. Fires for 3. No good there. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks.